Are you henpecked or just lovingly nagged by your partner? I certainly am. Now, I don't really mind because it shows that she cares and it's actually rather entertaining. Though I must admit, sometimes she does go a little bit far. Today was one of those occasions, and I'll get to exactly what she was moaning about in just a little while. I've noticed that the Dragon Lady, that's my name for my dear wife Tess, because she often breathes fire, becomes more irritable and likely to explode in strange directions when the time for our annual migration draws close. This time next week, we should be back in our B-side home in Cebu. And right now, I'm really excited about this fact for a number of different reasons. As we draw towards the end of September, the nights just seem to get too long for me. I have to openly admit I do love the Northern European summer and the light nights which accompany them. There's certainly a magic to falling asleep in the light and waking up in the sun with it already shining in the sky. However, now I'm waking up in the dark and I went to bed in the dark. And just recently I wake up in the cold and the damp and it's bloody chilly too. It's usually a quick trip to the bathroom and a rapid scramble back to the warmth of my bed as fast as my little fat legs will carry me. The days are a very different beast in the tropics. In fact, being so near to the equator, both summer and winter are about the same length, 12 hours. 12 hours of glorious light and 12 hours of soft, warm darkness. What makes sleeping in the tropics so much more enjoyable is, first of all, it's always warm, sometimes bloody warm. And as a result, and just as long as the weather is clement, it's not raining, I tend to sleep with the windows open, serenaded by the sound of the waves crashing onto the beach with wafts of cooling air blowing over me as I slumber. The fact is, I sleep far longer in the tropics and more soundly than I do in the UK. If I'm feeling particularly productive, I get up around midnight for a short night shift. This is the time when I have lots of thoughts in my mind which I take note of. I make notes and make notes to friends and family, maybe even watch a little video. Then the sleep calls me again, and I usually wake up with the light and the rising sun, which paints the ocean in front of my bedroom. This usually happens between 5 and 6 a.m., and I really like it this way. It's what I got used to. In my rooftop office, I don't enjoy the same sort of views that I get in the Philippines, but variety has always been the spice of life. And here in my little roost, it's illuminated by two roof lights, which makes it a very soft and lovely light and a relaxing place to work. However, twice a year for about 2 weeks, an uncomfortable phenomenon takes place. For about 20 minutes, the sun shines directly into my eyes, making working and viewing the computer screen an extremely difficult and uncomfortable task. As I don't return to the UK till late May, I've managed to avoid the spring torture this year, but the autumn torture is here right now, and it's been here for about the last 4 days, and it's terrible because the sun's out every single day. It'll be here for about another 14 days, but I won't be here, so boo hoo. So, why exactly was my dangerous wife on my case? Actually, it's from watching television programs where people have gone off grid and live in the wild. You've probably seen this sort of program. She has become aware that they fund themselves, or often fund themselves, by having their own YouTube channel. Suddenly, my wife wants to know why I don't have a channel of my own. Oh, it's a good question, really. But my answer is more that I'm more of a writer than a video maker, but it was completely lost on my wife. She decided that by not having a video channel, I'm missing out. I'm not sure if that's true, but I'm fairly sure I don't want to start making things more difficult for myself either. I already write for 20 or 25 hours each week, which keeps me really busy and really happy, and I don't really want to learn a new skill. Still, I'm drawn. Her nagging knew no end, and over the last week, she's been repeating the same statement over and over again. You see, I already have my own blog. It's called Moans, Groans, and Observations. Do I really need any more? Then, just last night, I had a revelation. Let me say that correctly, a revelation. I woke up with a sort of aha moment. Why don't I carry on doing the same thing, but rather than making it a blog, make it a vlog, a video blog? This basically means I turn everything into a video like I'm doing now. Suddenly I realize that there might be a lot or a bit more work, but at the same time, it could involve getting a much bigger audience. So I'm sort of interested. So here is my very first vlog. I'd love to know what you think. Hear your comments. Tell me what you think I should be improving. This is the point where I start testing and experimenting. So please subscribe to the channel and be informed of every post that I make. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you very much for joining me.